Welcome, everyone. My name is Hanna Horror, and it's a new year with more Blu-rays. This is going to be Volume 8 of horror Blu-rays that I want you to own. Inadvertently, this became a Scream Factory episode, and these are some titles that I'm really fond of, and these are releases that I think are worth your time. And I'll tell you where you can get these and where I think the best prices are for them. Always, I want to try to get out these as strategically as possible to you because some of these I don't want them to go out of print. Sometimes they're available in stores, which is easier for some people. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I want to start this episode out right here with one of my favorites. This is a release that I think is extremely worth your time and your money, and actually it's at a decent price right now. This is available on Amazon. I want you to pick up the Scream Factory Creepshow. This is a fantastic release. Comes in a hard shell case, and it comes with two things. It comes with, the Blu-ray, and of course you could put the original artwork on there, which is great original artwork. And it's got a new 4K scan of the original camera negative, approved by director of photography, new audio commentaries. It's got Terror and the Three Rivers, a roundtable discussion with members of the cast and crew, new the comic book look, an interview with costume designer Barbara Anderson, the color of Creepshow, the look at the restoration of Creepshow, very, very in-depth special features, and great stuff like that. Now, here is a little mini book, and this is great. Talks all about the making of the film, how Stephen King got involved, the effects work, a really great little book. Scream Factory did a class act version for this release. It always made me wonder, when Scream Factory saw the prestige release that Creepshow 2 got from Arrow, I think Scream Factory was like, we can do that too, and give it our best effort. Now, these two releases, the Creepshow 2 and Creepshow releases, are prestige releases, and the Creepshow release from Scream Factory is the way to own this film. It's one of my favorite films from the 1980s. High recommend from you. This is available on Amazon. Don't let this go out of print. It's a great release. And coming up next is going to be one that I'm a fan of this movie, and it's actually a good release because it's got new interviews with the producers, new commentaries. It's got some great interviews, a lot of interviews, actually. This Blu-ray release has a lot of interviews. The picture quality is good on this release, and that is, Stephen King's Silver Bullet. This is a fantastic little release for this film. I love this movie. I remember I think Umbrella did a Blu-ray of this film, but it was overseas, and I wasn't sure if it was A or B locked. I think it might have been region B locked, but Scream Factory solved that issue for us with this release of Silver Bullet. This is a great werewolf movie, in my opinion. I love Corey Haim in this film, of course. You've got a great cast. You've got a great story in this. This is a Stephen King movie, I believe. It's got to be Stephen King, yeah. What a movie. I think this is just a great title to have for your Scream Factory special collector's editions. A great little movie. I love werewolf movies. It's one of my favorite specific genres of horror. Werewolf movies from the 1970s and 1980s are a great thing for me, and I think Silver Bullet is a must-have for fans of 80s horror. So if you haven't picked up Silver Bullets, the Scream Factory Silver Bullet, huge recommend for me. I think this is a great little movie. Great little movie. All right, coming up next, guys, is another, this is like a box set, so I'm kind of cheating, but not really. I want you guys, I've seen this at Best Buy numerous times at 3 locations. You can pick it up there. You can pick it up on Amazon if you'd like to. I'm sure you can get it on Walmart.com. This is from one of my favorite directors on the planet. This is such a fun trilogy, and I'll talk to you briefly about the films. I really want to put over the It's Alive Scream Factory set. Now, Larry Cohen is one of my all-time favorite directors because he is such a maverick, and he made the movies he wanted to make, point blank, period. He funded them himself. He is the king. Larry Cohen created a classic character with It's Alive, and this is one of those great drive-in style 70s horror films with Rick Baker effects as making the killer baby, the demon baby. And this is a 3-movie set, so this is actually going to come with It's Alive, which is an all-time 70s classic, It's Alive 2, now there are 3 of them, a good sequel, and the surprisingly silly, fun, entertaining It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive. Short story about that. So It's Alive was a cult phenomenon hit for Larry. It was this awesome little movie that he made, and so he made It's Alive 2 a few years later. Well, in the 80s, he wanted to go to MGM to make this movie, and they said, no, we don't want to do that, but if you want to do It's Alive 3, we'll fund that. So Larry was like, whatever, we'll do It's Alive 3, but we're going to do something fun and wild. So It's Alive 3 is so silly fun. I like the movie. Does not try to compete with its predecessors, and I think was a smart thing for Larry to do, because Larry is a very smart director. It's Alive trilogy set. Love this set. Love It's Alive. It's one of my favorite 70s gems. So that set, I said, it's available at Best Buy. I've seen it there multiple times. You can get it on Amazon or Walmart.com. The next movie is a movie I don't see a whole lot of talk about, and maybe it's because it's not a cult favorite hit. It certainly is for me. I adore this movie. This Scream Factory set is a great set to have. 2K scan of the Inner Positive, new audio commentaries, new interviews with pretty much 70% of the cast. Firestarter from Scream Factory. I am a huge Firestarter fan. I loved this movie so much when I watched it. A quick little thing, I had not seen this movie, and my wife was like, hey, Christian, Scream Factory had this sale about 4 years ago, and she says, I picked up some titles, and I just wanted to surprise you. And she had Firestarter in there, and I was like, okay. And, I looked at the back, and I wasn't thinking much of it, and I just kind of put it on the shelf, and I didn't watch it. I became a big George C. Scott fan. No, if you're a George C. Scott fan, you already know he is phenomenal in films like The Changeling. He's phenomenal in films like Exorcist 3. He was great in the Scrooged movie he did, Christmas Carol. He's in Firestarter, and he is the gem of this movie. He has an amazing role in this movie. I loved him in this film. I love Firestarter. I love the story. I love the effects work. Now, this was a film John Carpenter was supposed to direct. He didn't, but I will give it up to Mark Lester. I thought he did an amazing job. If you haven't seen this movie, I think this Blu-ray is worth your time. It's available for a very reduced price right now on Amazon. When I checked yesterday, I think it was $15 or $16. Good price for this movie. I love Firestarter. If you haven't, give it a try from recommend from CHH. I think this is worth your time. Great little movie, in my opinion. All right, and last but not least is kind of like the home run of this. Now this movie, this is a box set. I've seen this available at Walmart. And I've seen it at multiple Walmarts around me. If you haven't, I recommend doing this. Go to a Walmart near you. Go to a bigger city Walmart. Go to your nearest bigger city to check for this. This is a good price for this set. I believe it's $39.99. What a box set. That is the Fly collection, and I want you guys to get the set, and I'm going to tell you why. Some people were a little upset about this because they wanted a collector's edition of The Fly, but I love the fact that Scream Factory went the route of including the franchise in this, because this set, first of all, nice hard shell case for protection. This set includes the original The Fly, which is a great classic film, Return of the Fly, my favorite of these old ones, The Curse of the Fly. We're not done yet either, because this has the Fly that we're all thinking of, the 1986 legendary David Cronenberg film starring Jeff Goldblum, which isn't my all-time favorite remake, and The Fly 2, which is a fun little sequel. I love this movie, starring Eric Stoltz, who we know is kicked off in Back to the Future. Great little film. I love this film. Some really cool special effects work. This is a special effects movie. So I am very happy that Scream Factory went the route of saying, hey, let's go ahead and, get this set out with everything and give it like this, historic release. So these are available at Walmart. I've seen them. I do recommend getting this set. If you don't see it at your Walmart and you've checked other Walmarts, I highly recommend going on Walmart.com. I'm sure it's there. You can get this on Amazon. And I'm sure it's very close price range. It may be exactly the same. If you have it, huge recommend, guys. So that is Volume 8 of Horror Blu-rays I want you to own. Of course, if you want to give me a recommendation for a Volume 9, please drop it in the comment section below. We're talking basically stuff from Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, Synapse, mostly the collector's edition stuff, but not always collector's edition releases. But, this is a horror Blu-ray channel, and we talk about movies, so that's why most of these are from these companies. So thank you, guys. Thank you for enjoying Volume 8. Again, drop your comments below. Give me some recommendations of what people need for Volume 9. We'll see you guys next time.